Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Alright, today we are out in the forge. Nice simple little project. We're just going to make up a drive hook, which is probably one of the most basic hooks to make up. Fantastic little hook because it's got the nail included in the hook, so you can drive it into a wall and no extra accessories needed. Alright, well, let's jump into it. We're going to start nice and simple. We've got a piece of 1/4 inch or 6mm square bar. It's 6 inches or 150 millimeters long, and that is what we're going to forge the drive hook out of. We're going to start with tapering down both ends. One end is going to be our actual nail side, and the other end we're just going to knock it down flat and keep it the same width. And we're just going to curl it over just so when you make the hook that it hasn't got a sharp end on it and nothing's going to get caught on it. If you're making it for clothing or something like that, you don't want your clothes tearing. So we're just going to curl that tip back over. So we'll start there. We'll then form the hook on it, and then we will bend it over for the nail to be driven in. Now ideally, when you bend the tip over, you want to bring it a bit more than 90 degrees, so you want to have it coming back down slightly. That way when you drive it flat into something with that tip pointing down, when the weight comes on it, it pulls down and it helps to hold it into the timber. Alright, there we go. Without any further ado, let's light the fire, get it going, you can see how it's done. Okay, we're just going to start with a sharp taper on the end of it. Whenever you're forming a longer taper, you just want to start with the sharp part. Because I'm taking my time with video, I'm only getting the sharp part done in one heat. You can do the full taper in one heat if you're just tootling along. Alright, back out of the forge, reheated, and just extending that taper out so we've got a long drive pin ready to hammer into the wood. Onto the other end, just flatten it down. So it starts with the fishtail and we're just bringing it back to the parent stock size on the other side, just because I want it to end up finishing flush as I curl it round. So just drive the taper in and just knock it back to parent stock size on the other way. Over the edge of the anvil, just knocking that tip over, start curling it back up in on itself, just making that little finial for the end of it. Okay, heat it back up, we'll just quench the finial that we made just so we're not breaking it when we're hitting on it. So back over the edge again, finial facing up, and we're just knocking over the edge just to start putting the curve in it. Bring it over to the horn, just start knocking it around on the horn, and you just keep bringing it lower down the horn as you get it into shape and it starts getting tighter. Now it does look like it's black already. Looking at this one, that's the sun shining directly on it. There is still a fair bit of heat in it at this time. Just checking for shape. Knocking everything flat, making sure there's no twist in it. And there we go, a simple hammer forged hook. Okay, you can see here the two sections that I've got to work with. At the horn it's pretty square, back on the anvil it's pretty rounded. So working on that horn flat section, just knocking that spike over and back in. So you want to hit it against the anvil and then down into the anvil. Against and in. And again, we're trying to get it back past the 90 degrees. Make sure nothing's twisted up. And there we go, we've got a slight tip downwards. Okay, over the corner, just to straighten up where the back was a little bit bent. And you got these weird shapes, it's tricky to find the right spot on the anvil to straighten everything up. And lastly, although it's only for the chicken coop, the girls deserve something pretty, so we're just going to put a twist in it to finish it off. So, yeah, the vise, grab a shifter, just clip it on and give it a full turn. Just making sure it stays nice and straight as you're doing it. Okay, while we've still got some black heat in it, I'm just going to dip it in my quench tank that I use for my knives, which is just canola oil. And then once the forge goes off, I'm just going to put it in there and just let that oil bake in and provide a baked finish on it. There we go, all done and cooled off. The oil still leaves a bit of a slickness to the coat on it. That'll wear off over time, but it sucks some oil in there. And that will be perfect for where I'm using it, which is out with the girls in the chicken coop. Alright, so there we go. That's how to make a simple drive hook. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.